Okay. So last class we have actually discussed the what is the flux linkage that is due to the internal flux, but we have not discussed in the last class that is the what will be the total flux linkage due to the external flux. So in this case, what we have considered a conductor of radius r, and we are considering, let us say, at a distance x, what should be the flux linkage of that particular conductor. Okay, so this is the, let us say, the cross-sectional area of the a conductor, and the radius of that conductor is r, and at a distance we are considering a section, and we are also considering a differential strip of dx with dx at a distance x. Okay, so first of all, we have to calculate what is the magnetic field intensity. So magnetic field intensity, we know that is denoted by Hx. Okay, so Hx equal to, we know that total current by the perimeter. So if you can remember, in the last class we have discussed that the magnetic field intensity is calculated as Hx equal to total current by the perimeter. So the perimeter in this case, it is 2 pi x. Okay, and I is the total current, because when we are considering the external flux linkage, that means the total current will contribute towards the flux linkage. But in case of a internal flux linkage, the total current will not contribute. Here in that case, only the current which is actually present in that particular section, that is the Ix, that was actually contributing towards the flux. So this Hx equal to I by 2 pi x, and we know that the flux density is calculated dx equal to mu naught into Hx. So mu naught into Hx, so Hx we have substituted here, that is mu naught into I by 2 pi x. So now we'll calculate what is the flux through a cylindrical cell of thickness dx and axial length of 1 meter. So we know that the total flux equal to flux density into area. Now in this case, the area thickness is dx, but the length is, axial length is 1 meter. So that means the total area will be dx into 1. So the total flux, that will be flux density into area. Area is dx into 1. So it is bx into dx. So we substitute this bx here, that is mu naught I by 2 pi x into dx. Now here you see, in the previous case, what we have considered in the internal flux linkage, we have considered that the flux, actually we have calculated that the flux, the total flux linkage at a particular section x. In that case, we have actually here it was current I, but we have substituted later on that current Ix. If you can remember, in the last class we have done it. Okay, but here in the external flux linkage, we can understand the total current will contribute towards the external flux linkage. It is not the current Ix. Here the total current, because this total current will contribute towards the external flux linkage. That's why this d phi will be equal to your d psi. So that is mu naught into I by 2 pi x into dx. So now our objective is to calculate what is the total flux linkage. So total flux linkage we will obviously calculate from the surface of the conductor to the infinity. So the psi external will be integration r to infinity mu naught into I by 2 pi x into dx. So the total flux linkage, the overall flux linkage, it is calculated as psi internal plus psi external. Now we know that the internal flux linkage already we have calculated, that is mu naught into I by 8 pi plus integration r to infinity mu naught I by 2 pi x into dx. So mu naught into I by 2 pi into 1 by 4 plus integration r to infinity dx by x. So the total flux linkage, it is calculated with the help of this particular formula. Okay, any doubt on this? Any doubt? Any doubt on this derivation part?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. Now next topic is flux linkage in a parallel current carrying conductors. So let us consider now a group of conductors. It is a group of conductor. Let us say a group of conductor. It is A, B, C, and D, E, F. So ABC is basically it is carrying this, each conductor it is carrying current IA, IB, IC, and here it is ID, IE, and IF. Okay. And their mutual distances are also given. So between A and B it is D1, between A and C it is D2, between A and D it is D3, between A and E it is D4, and between A and F it is D5. So these mutual distances are given. Now we would like to calculate what is the total flux linkage of conductor A. Now from the understanding what we have just now discussed, the flux linkage of any conductor, there will be two components. One component is the flux linkage due to its internal flux, and second component, that is flux linkage due to external flux. So for conductor A, we can understand that for conductor A, it has its own current and it will contribute towards some external. So conductor A will contribute both the parts, that is the internal flux linkage plus the external flux linkage. So in this case, you see the total flux linkage of the conductor A will be equal to mu naught into IA by 2 pi within bracket 1 by 4 plus integration r to infinity dx by x. Just this one, mu naught I by 2 pi 1 by 4 integration r to infinity dx by x. Here instead of I, it is IA because the current is IA. Here both the components are present. This is due to the internal component, flux linkage component, and this is due to the external flux linkage component. Okay. Is it clear? This what is the flux linkage of the conductor A?
Yes, sir. It is clear, sir.
Okay. Now next is the flux linkage with conductor A due to current IB. So that means you see this current. So there are this current IB, it will contribute towards the flux linkage on conductor A also. But this will be only the external. There will not be any internal part because this current is contributing flux to conductor A. So that is basically the external. So in that case, it is mu naught into IB by 2 pi integration. Now here the distance is D1. So it is from D1 to infinity dx by x. Similarly, flux linkage with conductor A due to current IC. So here the same way, this will only contribute towards the external flux linkage, not the internal flux linkage. So in this case, it is mu naught into IC by 2 pi. Now the limit of integration will be between D2 to infinity dx by x. So this will continue for the conductor D, conductor E, and conductor F also. Similar way, the same formula will be applicable for conductor D, E, and F because conductor D, E, and F will contribute only the external flux linkage. There will not be any internal flux linkage when it is contributing flux to the conductor A. So the total flux linkage will be summation of all these things. So it is basically added up. Okay. Any doubt on this particular part?
सर इस पे इंटरनल प्लस लिंकेज जो है वो बी वाले में आईबी वाले में वो कैसे नहीं होगा सर, पता नहीं चलता.
Okay, fine. See, in this case, what will happen? The conductor B, it is contributing, it has the internal flux linkage, correct? But here, you are calculating the flux linkage of conductor A only. So, the conductor A, it is contributing flux in, or it is taking the flux from different other conductors also. So, I will just share one thing. Whether the screen is visible?
Yes, sir. Screen is totally white.
Yeah. So we have taken here, let us say this is your conductor A, then conductor B, then conductor C. This is your conductor D, then conductor E, and then you have a conductor F. Now we are calculating here the flux linkage of conductor A. So what are the components? So flux linkage due to conductor A plus similar way flux linkage due to conductor B plus similarly we'll continue this the DEF all. Now here you see when this conductor B is contributing flux, it has its own internal flux linkage. That is correct. But when you will calculate the flux linkage of conductor B, then you will consider the internal flux linkage of conductor B. So in this case, when you consider the flux linkage of conductor A, this will have the component of internal plus the external. But this will, all other conductors, this will have only the component that is due to the external flux. Is it clear now?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? Any confusion?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. So this particular flux linkage of a parallel conductor, if it is present, so we'll be able to calculate it. Next topic is inductance of a single phase two-wire line. So we know that single phase two-wire line, if it is there, then obviously one is the incoming conductor and another is the outgoing conductor. So, and the distance between these two conductors, it is T. So let us say conductor A and B, these are the two conductors, and it is separated by distance small d, okay, and their radius of the individual conductor, it is smaller, okay, the same radius, let us say. Now how to calculate the inductance of this particular single phase two-wire line? So first what we'll do, we'll calculate what is the flux linkage with the conductor A due to its own current. So due to its own current, obviously when there will be own current, it is due to the two components. One is the internal component, another will be the external component. So that's why it is mu naught Ia by 2 pi 1/4 plus integration R to infinity dx by x. So that means this is due to its internal component and plus the external component. Now let us say you come to, there will be some contribution of the flux from conductor B towards the conductor A. But here, as you are calculating the flux linkage of conductor A only, so it will only contribute towards the external flux. No internal flux will be accounted from any external component. Okay. So the conductor B, the flux linkage with conductor A due to the current IB, it will be mu naught IB by 2 pi integration. Now this limit is between d to infinity dx by x. So what will happen? Now we'll add these two because the total flux linkage we are going to calculate. So it is the summation of these two. Now it is basically mu naught by 2 pi 1/4 plus integration R to infinity dx by x Ia plus IB into integration d to infinity dx by x. Okay. So now what we have done, mu naught by 2 pi 1/4, and this will be between, let us say I will use some whiteboard, then it will be easy for you to understand. Okay, so we are going to calculate the psi. Just a minute. So this will be your phi naught or phi, let us say. This will be mu naught by 2 pi. And then we have, what was that? 1/4 plus integration R to infinity dx by x. This is due to your Ia and plus mu naught by 2 pi. This is IB and It will be d to infinity dx by x. Whether it is clear or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now this will be mu naught IA by 2 pi. This will be 1 by 4 plus ln infinity minus ln r plus mu naught by 2 pi IB. This will be ln infinity minus ln d. So this will be equal to mu naught by 2 pi. Now let us say this will be your 1 by 4 into IA plus mu naught by 2 pi we have taken common. And then we have a IA plus IB into your ln infinity, okay, minus IA into ln r minus IB into ln d. So this will be equal to mu naught by 2 pi. This will be 1 by 4 IA plus, this IA plus IB will be equal to how much? This will be equal to, anyone can tell? IA plus IB will be equal to 0. This will be equal to 0 for a single phase line. Okay. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now what we'll do, this is minus IA ln r, and this will be plus IB because IA equal to minus IB. So this will be plus IB. IB means this is IA equal to IB equal to, let us say, I. Okay, something. So we'll come to that also. ln d. So this will be equal to mu naught by 2 pi 1 by 4 I plus ln d by r into I. Okay, we'll come to up to this point. Okay, now we'll see. Okay, so you see, this is mu naught into IA by 2 pi 1 by 4 ln d by r. We are getting this one.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the inductance will be equal to your psi A by IA, because obviously the flux linkage per unit current, that will be always, it is taken as the flux inductance of the conductor. So this will be mu naught by 2 pi 1 by 4 ln d by r. So in this case, what we have done, this mu naught we have substituted 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7 divided by 2 pi, and this will be 1 by 4 ln d by r. So finally what is happening, this is 2. So 2 into 10 to the power minus 7. So this 2 is taken inside. So this is 10 to the power minus 7. 1/4 will be equal to half plus 2 into log d by r. This is clear, this LA derivation, how we have calculated the inductance of the line?
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
So the total loop inductance. So because we have calculated for one conductor, IA. So similarly, if you can do for the IB also, so the loop will be, this LA will be equal to LB. So the total loop inductance will be equal to twice into LA. So this 2, it will be multiplied with 2. So that means 10 to the power minus 7. This half will be equal to 1. And this will be 4 log d by r. So the loop inductance, it is 10 to the power minus 7. 1 plus 4 log d by r. Okay. Is it clear? Any doubt? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now you see, this we have taken 10 to the power minus 7. Now for LA equal to, we know, you see this LA we have calculated 10 to the power minus 7 half plus 2 into log d by r. So what will happen, you see, this will be, we are taking 2 outside. 2 we have taken outside. So 2 into 10 to the power minus 7, this becomes 4, and this is log of d by r. Now this will be log e to the power 1 by 4. Is it? So it will be 1 by 4. Yes or no? This 1 by 4, if you write log e to the power 1 by 4, this will remain same.
Yes, sir. It's same, sir.
So this is log d by r. So finally, what we have done, this is LA equal to 2 into 10 to the power minus 7. This will be log d e to the power 1 by 4. It is in the denominator, in the numerator. Now we are taking it in the denominator. So it is e to the power minus 1 by 4. Okay. So this is becomes r into e to the power minus 1 by 4. Now this r into e to the power minus 1 by 4, it is taken as r dashed. Now this r dashed is equal to 0.7788 r. And this is called the geometric mean radius. This is known as the geometric mean radius. So geometric mean radius equal to r dash. This r dash equal to r into e to the power minus 1 by 4. So the inductance of the conductor A will be equal to 2 into 10 to the power minus 7 log d by r dash, Henry per meter. This is the calculation or the value of the inductance of any conductor of a single phase line. Is it clear? Any doubt on the derivation? Anywhere I need to explain it again?
Derivation is clear, sir.
Okay, so now I will quickly share the attendance. So you have to give your attendance within, let us say, 1 minute. I will share it. Is it visible? QR code is.
Yes, sir.
So put your attendance quickly.
Okay, sir.
सर इनरोल्ड नहीं है।
आंसर से बात कर लीजिएगा. You just talk to your HOD.
ओके सर।
सर ये 5th सेमेस्टर का पावर सिस्टम का है सर, ये 6th सेमेस्टर के लिए है।
Oh, अच्छा, sorry बेटा. I will just correct.
सर पावर सिस्टम 2 का ये.
I will do that correction. Yes, it is correct. It is correct. You are right. I will do the necessary changes now. I'll do that. Okay. Just a minute. Now is it visible? Now is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please do it now.
हो गया.
Is it over for all? Is it over for all?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Yes.
Start again. Just a minute. Okay, so next is inductance of a three-phase overhead line. Okay, so till now, whatever we have discussed, that is for a single phase line. Now we'll consider the inductance of a three-phase overhead line. So for a three-phase overhead line, let us consider that there are three conductors, A, B, and C. These are the three conductors, A, B, C. And they are not at a symmetrical location. They are unsymmetrically placed. That means their mutual distances are not equal. Okay. So the distance between A and B, it is D3. Between B and C, it is D1. And between C and A, it is D2. So this is the configuration of the, let us say, a conductor, okay, of a three-phase line. Now we know for a balanced condition of any three-phase line, IA plus IB plus IC will be equal to 0. This is already this is a true case, because for a balanced system, if there is a three-phase current, IA and IB, IC are there, so the summation of all these currents will be equal to 0. Okay, that is the known fact. Now our objective is to calculate what should be the flux linkage of conductor A due to its own current. Then what will be the flux linkage of conductor A due to the contribution of current B on A, and what will be the flux linkage of conductor A due to the current contribution of conductor C. So first we'll calculate what is the flux linkage with conductor A due to its own current. So this is basically mu naught into IA by 2 pi 1/4 plus integration R to infinity dx by x. Is it clear? Any doubt on this?
No, sir.
Any doubt?
No, sir.
Fine. So then we'll calculate what is the flux linkage with conductor A due to current IB. So this current IB will contribute towards current IA. Means the conductor A, not IA, the conductor A. So this will be equal to mu naught into IB by 2 pi integration. So now we'll see what is the distance between this A and B. It is D3. So we will integrate between D3 to infinity dx by x. Similarly, we'll calculate what is the flux linkage of conductor A due to the contribution of the current IC. So in this case, between A and C, the distance is basically D2. So what will happen, you see, mu naught into IC by 2 pi integration D2 to infinity dx by x. So now what is our task? We have to calculate the total flux linkage of the conductor A. So this flux linkage will be the contribution of the individual current. So that is the individual current due to its own current IA, then due to current IB, and due to current IC. So we have added all these factors. Okay. So mu naught IA by 2 pi 1/4 plus integration R to infinity dx by x plus mu naught IB by 2 pi integration D2 to infinity dx by x plus mu naught IC by 2 pi integration D2 to infinity dx by x. So now you see this particular part here, this we have actually integrated here. So now better is what I will do. I will refer to the slide, this one, whiteboard. I will refer to the whiteboard. So what is the total flux linkage? Psi will be equal to your mu naught into IA by 2 pi integration 1/4 R to infinity dx by x plus integration mu naught IB by 2 pi integration D3 to infinity dx by x plus mu naught IC by 2 pi integration D2 to infinity dx by x. Okay. So this will be mu naught IA by 2 pi, and this will be 1/4 plus ln infinity minus ln R plus mu naught IB by 2 pi. This will be equal to ln infinity minus ln D3 plus mu naught into IC by 2 pi ln infinity minus ln d2. Yes or no? Okay. So this will be mu naught IA by 2 pi. This will be, so IA we are not taking here. Let us say this is mu naught by 2 pi. So this will be 1 by 4 IA plus, here you see we are taking common ln infinity. So what will happen? This will be IA plus IB plus IC minus IA ln R minus IB ln D3 minus IC ln D2. Any problem anywhere in these steps?
No, sir.
Okay. Now this, you see, this IA plus IB plus IC will be equal to 0. So this ln infinity terms will vanish. Okay. This ln infinity terms, it will vanish. So now we'll refer to the slide. So you see this particular thing. So finally, with this psi a, it is coming mu naught by 2 pi 1 by 4 minus log R into IA minus IB into ln D3 minus IC into log D2. Is it clear that whatever we have derived just now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So finally, that means this is our calculation of the flux linkage of conductor A. Similarly, if you have been asked that you calculate what is the flux linkage of conductor B, so the same calculation, same way you have to proceed. In that case, the flux linkage of conductor B due to its own current, that means in that case, its internal plot plus the external flux linkage. Now, second part will be the flux linkage of conductor B due to current contribution by conductor A. Now, third part will be the flux linkage of conductor B due to the current contribution by conductor C. So same thing you can extend it to if you want to calculate the total flux linkage due to with the conductor C due to the contribution of the other current. Okay, same way you have to proceed. Okay. Next is the symmetrical spacing. You have class from 210. You have next class. What is your?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
From 210. So now time is there. This time is there. Now it is 158. Okay. Now let us say the symmetrical spacing. Now symmetrical spacing, from the name it is clear that if, let us say, the spacing between the different conductors, it remains same. So here we have seen that the spacing between these three conductors are different. It is between A and B, it is D3. Between B and C, it is D1. And between A and C, it is D2. But let us say, for symmetrical spacing, the spacing between the various conductors will remain same. So that means D1 will be equal to D2, equal to D3, will be equal to small d. Okay. So what we'll do now, we'll substitute this value. So here we have D1, D2, D3. So we'll substitute those things. So this becomes mu naught by 2 pi 1 by 4 minus log R IA minus IB into log D minus IC into log D. Okay. So this log D will be taken common. This log D will be taken common between these two. So minus IB plus IC into log D. Now here mu naught by 2 pi 1/4 minus log R IA plus IA. Now here you see IB plus IC will be equal to minus IA. So this minus becomes plus. So this plus means IA into log D. Now mu naught IA by 2 pi, this will be your 1/4 plus log D by R. Yes or no? This will be log of.
फिर से रिपीट कर दीजिए सर ये वाला स्टेप.
ये वाला स्टेप ना? Okay.
ये सबसे लास्ट वाला सर.
Last वाला, ठीक है. Here you see this is minus IA and this, because of that it is plus. Okay.
Yes sir, वो clear है sir.
Next, this is 1 by 4. Now this is, you see, IA log minus log R plus IA log D. So this is log A minus log B. So this will be log of A by B. Okay.
Yes sir. Thank you sir.
So this is IA is taken.
IC minus IA क्यों हुआ?
हाँ क्या हुआ?
आई प्लस आई सी इक्वल टू माइनस ए कैसे हुआ? आइए
we know
क्योंकि
that
IA प्लस IB प्लस IC इक्वल टू 0 है।
होता है। यस सर।
this is 0 na, IA plus IB plus IC equal to 0, and that's why this IB plus IC will be equal to minus. Okay, समझ में आया?
यस सर आ गया।
Okay,
यस सर आ गया।
so the inductance of the conductor, this will be LA equal to psi A by IA, because we know that the total flux linkage by the current. So this will be mu naught by 2 pi 1/4 plus log of d by r. Now mu naught we know this is 4 pi into 10 to the power minus 7. So we have substituted that value. So finally this becomes 2. So 10 to the power minus 7, this becomes half. That's why it is 0.5 plus 2 log d by r. Any doubt on this? Any confusion?
No sir।
Okay, fine. Next, we'll just start the unsymmetrical spacing, then we'll continue in next class. Okay. Actually, this unsymmetrical spacing, it is basically when the conductors are placed, let us say, when their distances are not equal. Okay. So they are, in that time, in that case, what will happen? Their mutual distances are not equal. So the total flux linkage of these conductors will not be equal. It will be different flux linkage. So suppose if you calculate psi A, if you calculate psi B, and if you calculate psi C, due to this type of configuration, the flux linkage will not be equal. So if the flux linkage is not equal, so what will happen? We know if the flux linkage is not equal, so inductance, what is the inductance of these three conductors? This will be also different, because flux linkage, the inductance equal to flux linkage by current. So if your flux linkage is different, then your inductance of these three different phases will be different. If the inductance is different, so what will happen? The inductive reactance will be different. So inductive reactance, if it is different, that means impedance of these three conductors will be different. So if the impedance is different, so the voltage drop will be different. So if the voltage drop is different, so what will happen? At the receiving end, for the same amount of voltage, if it is supplied from the sending end, will receive the unequal voltages at the receiving end. Okay, so I will just again write it in the whiteboard.
सर ये जो पढ़ा रहे हैं उसका PDF LMS में अवेलेबल है क्या सर?
Yesterday night I have given the last lecture notes. Have you received it? Have you received? You check it. Okay.
This is not clear, sir.
Huh? What has happened? You just cross-check in your LMS. Okay. If you are not getting, then tell me in the next class. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So you see, first we'll consider if the flux linkage, if this flux linkage are unequal. So flux linkage unequal means your inductance will be unequal. If your inductance is unequal, then what will happen? Inductive reactance will be unequal. If inductive reactance is unequal, that means impedance, that will be also unequal. If impedance is unequal, so what will happen? The voltage drop across different phases will be also unequal. So receiving and voltage, it will be unequal. So that means what will happen? Because of this reason, the conductors, when it is actually reaching the receiving end, there will be unequal voltage we will receive. So when three-phase line conductors are not equidistant from each other, the conductor spacing is said to be unsymmetrical. Under such conditions, the flux linkages and inductance of each phases are not the same. A different inductance in each phase results in unequal voltage drops in the three phases, even if the currents in the conductors are balanced. Therefore, the voltage at the receiving end will not be the same for all the phases. in order that the voltage drops are equal in conductors, we generally interchange. This is very, very important thing. We generally interchange the position of the conductors at regular intervals along the line so that each conductor occupies the original position of every other conductor over an equal distance. Such an exchange of position is known as the transposition. So just try to understand. We have understood that there is a problem of unequal voltage drop. Now to mitigate this problem, what actually has to be done? The conductor position is changed at regular intervals. So for example, initially, first interval, your position of conductor A is at the first, then B, then C. Now in the next interval, the conductor A is taking the second position, conductor B is taking the third position, conductor C is taking the first position. Now in the third interval, please let us say this is for 100 kilometer, this is for 100 kilometer, and this is for 100 kilometer. For 300 kilometer, this is the, let us say, configuration. Now in the third interval, you see the conductor A is taking the third position, conductor B is taking the first position, and conductor C is taking the second position. Now what will be actually the objective? What will happen? You see, if you change the position of this conductor, now we'll be able to equalize the flux linkage, which will be actually happening over the total interval. And if the flux linkage over the total interval, if it is equal, then your inductance will be equal. If the inductance is equal, then the inductive reactance, then the impedance and the voltage drops, those all parameters should be equal. So this particular phenomenon, actually this particular scheme, this is known as the transposition of the conductor. And this is very, very important. Normally it is coming in the exam also. Okay. So thank you. Any question? Thank you. Anyone has any question? Anyone?
No, sir.
Okay. So thank you. Thank you to all. I'll close this meeting. So
Thank you, sir.
And you will get your lecture materials in the LMS portal. So it will be uploaded today. Okay. And the videos, are you getting my videos in the YouTube? Are you getting those videos in the YouTube, in your departmental channel?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you can refer those lectures later on also. So if you have any confusion, you can refer those lectures. Okay. Thank you. I will close this meeting now.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.